there were little rods that people
Use.
do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me.
It's time for either or.
So wait, do you take it and then you just go like this?
Ding. Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
Have
now.
a
Portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you gonna
travel
go with
with
it?
on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? Do they got an outlet
well,
on
I
an
don't know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6
4
hours.
hours.
4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
What
if
do you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that
The
because they...
reason for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah!
Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 169. Do
So
not believe the headline in YouTube.
Yeah, that's fake news.
Do not believe what you see.
Do not believe what you see,
like
guys.
the rest of the internet.
Oh man. So, moral dilemma here, Brett.
Yep.
You're driving on the freeway.
Yep.
You start
I
seeing
do that every day.
You start seeing some cash.
Uh-huh.
You start seeing more and more. You start seeing vehicles pulled over. Turns out an armored car has dropped $100,000 on the freeway. What do you do?
Boy, I don't know.
I
mean,
help them pick
sounds-
it up and I
sounds
give it back.
dangerous to stop on the freeway just to pick up loose cash.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
If my hand just so happens to go out of my window as I'm driving and I just so happen to catch a bill and keep driving.
I'm
Mhm.
assuming armored car company services are insured for that kind of thing.
absolutely. You think that the serial numbers are tracked as well, but what I'm talking about is there was an actual armored car vehicle down in Atlanta, Georgia, whose door opened, cash flew out, people were stopping by getting cash,
And what happened?
and
Is there any accidents?
nothing that I know of. I mean, from what I see, people were just saying, "Oh, 2 people have returned money so far on Interstate."
The only thing they
285.
can do is put out a tweet or something that says, "If you took cash, please return it."
Yeah.
Like that's really all they can do. Because I've
Right.
seen this happen before.
I wouldn't expect too much to come back though.
No.
No, and I'm looking at a lot of tweets. People are like, "I'm just gonna keep the money." Well, you didn't earn it, sir.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a really tough moral dilemma there, especially when there's like no.
Well, the thing is, I don't know how much of a moral dilemma it is in terms of there probably isn't a whole lot of consequences
Right.
No.
for if you picked up cash. I mean, unless the cops get on site and search everyone,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and then how did they track the bills to be like, let me see all your money?
Serial number. The serial number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well-
but you got to take them to a bank to be scanned.
Yeah, I
anyway,
mean,
so-
but
Yeah.
if you were stopped on that freeway or highway, whatever it is, and a cop shows up, why are you stopped on the freeway? Well, you were picking up cash, most likely.
Right.
So
Yeah.
don't try to tell me you weren't stopped here and not taking the cash.
Okay.
So
Oh, I was just puking.
Pardon?
what?
That's it. Oh, that's why I was stopping. I just so happened
Oh,
to
I
be.
was like-
Oh, I just found out I'm pregnant
Oh.
and I'm very sick all of a sudden and I'm puking. I'm not.
You happen to get sick right here with everybody else?
I thought you were referencing the suckers we just had.
Oh, that too. I just had some really bad Mexican suckers and.
Well, not just you.
No, all three of us did on our
Sorry,
pre-podcast
officer.
meeting.
I have proof on video.
Yeah.
It's hitting my stomach at this very moment.
If you are watching YouTube, I'm dressed like a bum
Yeah.
because it is hot today.
Okay.
As in jeans
Here's the deal.
all day long. I'm
Here's the
I'm just
deal.
dressing
Yes,
comfortably.
but here's the deal. On the precast, you got a
I did.
positive comment.
Which
did.
was what?
It was like Brett's looking buff, I think,
Jacked,
or
I think he
jacked
was
or
jacked.
whatever.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
Maybe
Jack.
he was joking.
Oh.
I don't think so. It didn't look like it was a ha ha. Brett looks jacked. It
Okay.
was a Brett looks jacked.
It's
Cool.
okay. Either way, you've been going to the gym still?
No, because and that well, I have my chiropractor story, which kind
Yeah.
of relates.
Go
We'll
ahead.
just go
Go
into
ahead.
it. So I haven't been going to the gym because of my back.
Okay.
It's been hurting real bad,
Oh,
and I didn't want it to hurt, so I thought I'm gonna wait. Decided to finally go to a chiropractor. You had a referral card. Referral card
Refer.
for your chiropractor that gave me a pretty good deal.
Yep.
And the week I went last Thursday, but the beginning of the week I had bought some new shoes. They were cheap shoes, but they were new shoes, and my back is actually feeling better. So I considered not even going because I was feeling better, but I thought I just need to go see if there's a problem. Now, in my medical history, I've had issues with my feet. So I know the importance of using like more than one pair of shoes throughout the week because I'm on my feet all day, and it's never caused back pain though.
Okay.
So I go in there and I'm telling him what's going on, telling him that I've got new shoes and it's felt better. Never really had back pain of any kind of significance before, but it's very specific to one area. So he has me do some bends and he's pulling and pushing and doing all the stuff that he does and no additional pain.
Yep.
So he's like, well, I'll check your gallbladder. Okay, so he felt around my
Yeah.
ribs
Yeah.
and my gall. He didn't feel anything suspicious there.
Good.
So he's like, okay, let's go get your X-ray.
Yeah.
So we go in the room and he positions me, takes an X-ray, and he's like, Brett, have you ever had a back injury? I was like,
That's where it starts, cause that's how mine started.
like, no.
They asked
not-
me if I got into a car accident.
Not that I recall. He's like, well, from what I'm seeing, your T7, which
Yep, says
is
it's thoracic.
right below your shoulder blade, which
Yep.
is where my pain has been focused, is showing some deterioration and some arthritis. I'm like, what? How is
Welcome
this
to your mid
possible?
30s,
Oh
Brett.
my god.
He's like, did you play sports? I'm like, well, I wrestled for 1 year and then I played football 1 year. He's like, well, no significant injuries, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm like, okay. So,
oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
I just have to,
Do you have a picture of it, by the way?
No.
Oh, you should take a picture of your X-ray.
well,
Nobody takes.
Nobody
photos of
knows
their
what that
X-rays,
means.
Alex.
I do.
the layperson doesn't know what
I know,
it
but
is.
I should have told you to take a picture so I could.
But he showed me kind of what he was looking at, and so now I know the key to my. He's gonna have me go back once a month or once a week for a month
Yep.
just to adjust me
Mhm.
to hopefully just prolong my relief.
Yeah.
And then there is a shoe store in Fort Wayne that specializes in very good shoes. So I think it's just going to be an investment in my well-being to go get at least 2 pairs of supportive, very good shoes for work, and maybe a third pair for the gym.
Yeah.
Because I cannot live life with back pain, and I can't go to the chiropractor every other day.
Insoles as well. Go for them
Well, I've
too.
tried insoles, but they didn't do anything.
I've got these Dr. Scholl's ones that I purchased. They're meant for people who have bad arches, which I don't have an arch
Josh
at all.
doesn't have arches.
Sure.
No. So, and it has reduced my back pain significantly.
Where'd you get them?
Just Target.
Okay. How much were they?
Oh,
Like
probably like $30.
yeah.
So they're. I mean, that's not nothing.
That's Dr.
No,
Scholl's
but that's like a
price.
pair of
The
shoes.
Right.
insoles I bought were cheap.
I'm not
so-
buying freaking over the counter, not over the counter, generics or
Sure.
anything. I actually looked at the generics and they were real basic. And no, I went for the ones that actually are gonna help me.
Well, man, might be in my playbook too. So, but that was kind of a.
It's a good thing you took an
it-
X-ray.
It didn't scare me, but I was like, it shocked me honestly because I'm
Hmm.
like, I know I'm real close to mid-30s, but I did not expect to hear the word arthritis.
Well, you gotta think. Alex and I have both had back injuries.
And
We're
way
both
before
still
you.
suffering from
Yeah.
that prolonged injuries.
Yeah.
Not like mine was basically
That's
just
you
bad
were just
sleeping.
missed because you were sleeping in a bad position.
very improperly.
Very improperly.
Absolutely.
And mine was, it could have been because I had a really bad accident when I was like 2.5, 3, and I fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
And that could have, I've not had to go to the hospital for like a broken anything for X-rays until I was in my early 20s for that chiropractor visit.
Mhm.
And he just so happened to take an X-ray and said, I have to have pain in my lower back. I have pain in my neck when I sleep.
I said I got pain. I said.
I said it.
Okay.
This guy took multiple X-rays of me, and I could tell as soon as he just because I look at X-rays, and he put them up, and I was like, well, that's not me. Like, I was like, that can't be me. And he's like, what? And I'm like, that's wrong, and that's wrong. And he's like, oh, you can read X-rays. And I'm like, basic stuff, yeah, that's pretty basic. That's not supposed to be there. So like, mine is pretty messed up. I've got a bone spur, which means it's a little bony fragment between my what's called your C1 and C2, which is your bones that make you look up and down and then left and right. So I have a spur there, and then my neck is also straight as a pencil. It's not supposed to be. I have what's called I think it's called army neck. So I don't know why, but it's called that. And then I have, there's a slight curve in my back, and my last 2 vertebrae in my lumbar area has got a bad bone spur. So I cannot, I've noticed like when I'm doing my tone it up workouts, when they tell me to do, when I'm in yoga, I cannot do a proper downward facing dog, which my back it won't bend.
Yeah.
I have a thing. It won't let me bend. It's like I have an extra piece in my spine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that hurts.
Well, he did adjust me, and he didn't really tell me what he was gonna do. So he's just like, just breathe normal, and so he puts his hand on my back and shoves down real hard, and it cracked like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
And
Feels
then
amazing.
he did it in 3 different spots, and it cracked back. He's like,
Did
you got
he-
a lot of movement going on here.
Did he do your neck?
No.
Damn! Why did he do your neck?
Because I don't know, because there's nothing wrong with my neck, I guess.
Oh, it's just it's so funny when no, I can't. Well, no, he
When
probably
people
won't.
have the first neck pop.
Your first neck pop is
it's
scary,
scary.
but it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because when he did it to me, he was like, "All right, now lay down on your back." I'm like, "Okay." So he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna look at your neck real quick before we do anything." I'm like, "Okay." So he's like, "All right, well, twist your neck here, and all right, twist it here." And just like twist it, and I was like, I even said "wow" really loud because it sounded like he broke my neck, and I was like, he's like, "Now I'm gonna do that to the other side, but you can't be tense." I'm like, "Oh no!"
Have you ever seen the movie Lucky Number 11?
Yes.
No.
There's a scene at the beginning of that movie where Bruce Willis breaks a guy's neck,
I'm gonna
and,
mess with some
and
focus here.
it is the worst neck breaking sound in action movie history. It's so loud and gross. You should watch it sometime.
Well, that's what it sounds like because your neck is right next to your ears.
Mhm.
Whenever I go in there, my neck is always really bad because of my spur and how straight my neck is. Like sometimes I have to sleep with a pillow, sometimes I have to sleep without a pillow because my neck is just so straight it hurts all the time. I was getting really
That didn't
bad
work.
headaches.
Yeah, what are you doing there?
Yeah,
I was messing with
you're
focus.
messing up the focus.
I was messing with focus.
So when he does my neck, it's like every freaking time it's just like it sounds like he's snapping my neck off. And I asked him one time, I was like, "Have you ever accidentally hurt someone?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "How do you learn?" He's like, "They just teach you to do it. I'm like,
Mhm.
and then they apparently do it on themselves.
Well,
Like they practice on each other. I'm like,
Probably a pretty simple
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't look
procedure.
simple.
It doesn't look it, but it.
Well,
you know.
he like takes my head and he leans it over to the left, just at the same angle. I always have to keep my eyes closed for when he does it because I do get a little intense. Like, oh my god, this is gonna. It feels wrong, but it feels amazing after you get it done.
Sure.
It feels like you can just go woo and take your head off.
Woo.
No, it's awesome. I really like the chiropractor. So he did a good job though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Going back to those suckers.
Oh.
Patrick's watching right now.
Oh, what's up, Patrick?
He says, "You guys don't hate me, do you?"
No, of course
Not
not.
He said,
really.
"Yes, I do like them,
No,
and they
no.
do have ones without chili."
Okay.
I
So first of all, it tastes like a farm, like dung being shoved into your mouth. Like just, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's an acquired
It
taste.
is a very acquired. Like there's tequila, which is a very acquired taste, and then there's those suckers.
Why is
That's
the
like,
watermelon more spicy than the mango?
I don't know.
That didn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
either.
It definitely wasn't appetizing.
So if you are just hearing about this, make sure you check out our social media networks. We did a live precast video, which we do every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On this most recent one, we did a sucker tasting of chili and mango and hot chili and watermelon. So check those out. Just search our social media. So let's move on from there, guys. What
Let's
do you
talk
want
the movie club.
Yeah,
Real quick.
Movie
movies.
club.
Let's talk some movies here.
Josh,
So,
explain the movie club.
so the movie club is something that we came up with a couple weeks ago, where we decided we need more culture in our life, and so every week we are choosing one movie of our choice, and we're going to include the fans in this as well. So we're doing
I think we should go another
another
3
round.
weeks of us. and
Okay.
Another
then
3
we'll-
weeks.
Yeah.
Then we'll do a fan week or
We
fan
can do
month.
some more promos on social media. and
Yep.
we'll do it. Yeah.
So if you guys have any suggestions of movies you want us to see, and whether or not we have seen them, we will watch them again as long as one of us has not
Somebody
seen
has
them.
has to have not
Yes.
seen
Right.
it.
Exactly. So this week we did Toy Story 3. Our first one was American History X, and the week prior was Princess Bride.
No, last week was
It was
Princess
Princess
I
Bride.
Bride.
said week prior to this most
Oh,
recent one.
okay. Well, you just
Yeah.
said that.
Oh, yeah, I messed them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one was Toy Story 3, and Alex and I have just recently watched this in order to
We
drive
watched
up for
it
4.
Last week.
Yes. So we have all the knowledge, and I've seen this movie a few times.
I watched it yesterday.
It is my favorite Pixar film.
Huh?
So, Brett, we're gonna talk this.
Yep.
We're gonna talk Toy Story 3. Did you get a tear in your eye?
I didn't cry, but to me the saddest part was.
This is spoiler warning,
Now,
by the way.
I always heard that the furnace scene was sad.
Yes.
I
Oh
didn't,
my God, that was so.
I didn't.
I
no,
wasn't
I'm
really
s-
choked up about that. It's the end.
Yes, it's when Andy's basically saying goodbye to his childhood.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Where it got to me.
it did, and we were choking
We
up in
were
theaters.
bawling.
Yes.
Like because he goes through each toy. You're like,
Mhm.
just stop it.
Yeah.
Well, when it really hit me is when he got back in his car and he's looking at her on the porch.
Yeah, and she's
And then
playing.
and he says thanks guys and drives
"Oh,
away.
look, I've got all like goosebumps all over.
The movie overall was fine. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I laughed a lot. I thought it was funny.
It's a great film.
There's
It
a lot of there when quiet musical hog.
I like the Spanish mode.
Uh-huh.
That is amazing. I love Buzz's.
So I gotta
Spanish mode.
say, Potato Head steals the entire movie. Like he is the hero of most of the scenes of Toy Story 3, along with Woody, of course. He's also ran everything.
Now that is Sid, right?
Yes, the
I thought
trash
so, 'cause
collector.
Oh, the trash collector?
t-shirt,
Yep.
You only see him for that short
Very
amount of time.
briefly, yeah.
Yep.
You wouldn't know
No, he
unless
wears
you
the same
remembered
t-shirt.
that.
See,
Yeah.
Pixar went in thinking this would probably be the last Toy Story.
Yeah.
So you feel a lot of final feelings
See,
towards it.
I guess I got it in my head that before 4 came along that they all died in the furnace
Mhm.
because I just didn't know. And there's a reference to it on Big Bang Theory because somebody says something and that Leonard cried in Toy Story 3, and he mentions, well, they were all in the furnace together, holding hands,
That was so
you know. So I just thought maybe that's where do most toys end up? In a landfill somewhere,
Right.
or
Probably.
burning up. So I'm like,
Exactly.
well, maybe they went really dark with Toy Story 3.
And I
Well,
think this was the
there's
darkest
that
one.
there's that moment though when they're in the furnace and you have like the doom doom like music and you're like, are they really gonna do this? Like they can, but there's a moment where you forget this is a kids movie. You're like,
Sure.
how are they gonna turn this around?
They wrote
It is a
themselves
kids
into a
movie,
corner.
but there is a lot of adult humor.
Oh my
Like
Oh, there
when
is.
the IM pops up on the computer and she's like, no, that's
No,
Just
just
a
no.
dinosaur.
That's just another dinosaur down the street.
So it was pretty good.
No. Do you like Bonnie?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's cute. I like Bonnie.
And and then I thought, well, that makes sense because I remember seeing part of a trailer for 4, and I'm like, who is Bonnie?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, now that. And then I heard, oh, Bonnie. Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I think you cannot watch Toy Story 4 without seeing any of
Oh,
the other
you-
movies.
I
like
mean,
you have to watch.
Watch
1
them in
through
order.
3.
Watch them in
Yes.
order.
Definitely
All of them in order.
Did I mention the Tom Hanks said in an interview that he really hates voicing Woody?
No.
Oh, what?
He even said the words, I've never walked into a recording session as Woody without wanting it to be over.
Oh.
And the reason why is because it's probably more since he's older now.
Yeah.
Because Woody is like this all the time and he's just ready to go, and
Oh.
it takes a lot out of him to play
Yeah.
Woody.
I can see that.
And I'm like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Tom
Well-
Hanks never plays Woody again.
Well,
Well,
four
if
is.
you look, we
four-
can't say anything
well,
about
in four, you can see they
he's
have
not.
that.
He's
they have
not
that-
as up here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
In 4,
How
they
many?
have-
Well, even Tim Allen is in his mid 60s,
right.
and Rickles is gone.
Yeah, that was sad.
What's his name? Who plays? No, Rickles played Potato Head.
Right. Yes.
All of the voice actors are old.
Isn't
They are.
Ham?
Ham
Ham's
is
gone, isn't he?
John. No. Starts with an R. He's in every Ratsburger.
Or is
He
it
was,
Slinky?
he was Cheers.
I thought there was another
Slinky
one.
was Blake Clark.
He passed.
Yes,
That's
Slinky.
No, that was Jim Varney.
Jim Varney.
Blake Clark is still alive.
He was Jim Varney for the first Toy Story.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that I was right.
We're getting all over.
Yeah. Anyways, the
Jim-
original cast is not all with us anymore.
Jim
Right.
Varney died in 2000. He's been gone a while.
Yeah. Yep.
So what year did Toy Story 3 come out? Was it 08?
2013.
Oh, was it that late? So
Mhm.
are you sure?
It came out when we moved.
When we were in Chicago, it was right
so
before we
6
moved.
years apart. I thought it was longer.
Yeah, it did feel
Mm-hmm.
like a ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, wait a minute. No, two came out a lot later. Well, between 2 and 3. Is that what you were talking about?
No. When did 3 come out?
Okay.
I'm
Toy-
pretty sure it was 2012 or 13.
Actually, it was 2010. What am I
Whoa,
saying?
are you serious? Was it that long
What am I
ago?
saying? I'm so wrong.
I thought it was right before
I
we
said
moved back.
2008.
Okay, so we got 95 for Toy Story, 99 for Toy Story 2. That's only a 4-year gap. And then 3 was 2010. So that's 11 years right there.
Oh, that's pretty significant.
And then you
in
got
itself.
9 years between 3 and 4. So these sequels are spaced.
Yeah, but I think the space between 2 and 3 was good.
Oh, it was a necessary
Because you didn't
gap.
think like, oh, we're ever gonna get a Toy Story
plus
3.
they needed Andy to be older.
Yeah.
And
It
he's
needed. It
still a-
really hit
he's
this
still
generation.
He's still a kid too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Toy Story 4 is good. It's just you're gonna if you watch 3 and then you watch 4, I hope that a lot of people commenting may go, okay, I see where you're at, Alex, because it feels like just a side story. Like it's not necessary, but it's okay.
Mhm.
Like the new character is very easily accepted. I thought for sure, like, after all these years from being a kid, they're gonna introduce a new character, and you're like, no, we don't need a new character. No, Forky is
Right.
amazing. It would not have been a good movie without him.
I will say the Blu-ray it looked
Oh,
incredible.
It is
Oh,
really
I'm
Looked
sure.
good.
fantastic.
Mhm.
And I know you had mentioned watching Toy Story didn't look that good. And what
It's
I don't
not.
think we said about Toy Story is that coming out in 95, HD was several years away yet.
Mhm.
So it's been up-res for Blu-ray and all that. So I'm not being that Pixar's first,
Yeah.
no HD, not really surprised that it didn't look all that good.
Right, and the animation is so choppy.
Yeah.
It's not good for today's standards. So
Okay, so are we gonna go
Movie club.
another round?
Yep.
I
What-
have a good one. I
Okay.
think I have a good one. I think you'll like
You
it because I think
you have a good one.
it is one that you wouldn't watch, but it's good.
Ooh, to go back to Toy Story 3 real quick, have you seen a very old movie called Cool Hand Luke?
I know of it. I have not seen it.
Okay, there's a really big Cool Hand Luke reference in Toy Story 3, and I feel like I'm the only freaking person that watched it because I watched
Is
it
that-
in like
Is
sociology.
that Clint Eastwood?
No,
Or no, it was Robert
Uh,
Redford.
I don't know. Can you look it up?
I think it's Robert
Sure,
Redford.
yeah.
Cool Hand Luke. It's a really old
No, that's
movie.
Clint Eastwood.
It might be Clint Eastwood. It's been too long. But there was just like one part in the whole entire movie, besides the very end of Cool Hand Luke, that I actually remember.
You guys are both wrong.
Who is it?
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman?
Paul
Okay.
Newman.
But anyway, so in this old movie, there is a scene, and once I say the line, you're gonna know exactly what it's from in the Toy Story 3. But there's a scene where this guy comes in, and Cool Hand Luke is like the guy Luke in the film. They're in a prison, and like they're in jail or whatever, in like the olden age. And this guy comes in, and he's like going over the rules of prison. He's like, if you do this, you get a night in the box. If you do this and this, there's a night in the box. And then he goes down the line, and then he's like, and if you do this, and Cool Hand Luke goes, let me guess, it's a night in the box. So and there's that scene in Toy Story 3, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, I know this reference.
How does no one else get
No one
that?
else
Are you
knows
sure
it.
it was Cool Hand Luke?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
I'm the only one. I'm like,
I've,
come on.
I've never seen it.
It was a movie that we watched in like psychology or sociology. I don't remember why, but it was in high school.
I remember
Well, let me tell you
there's
what
a
it's
Cool
about.
Hand Luke reference in that 70s show when Kelso was playing with the BB gun.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to point it at Eric's face, and he's like, "Oh, easy, Cool Hand Luke."
It's about a laid-back Southern man and is sentenced to 2 years in a prison, but refuses to conform. So that's probably why.
And then there's a famous line at the end that is said by one of the top guys in there, like the commanders or the person that runs the jail, and he goes, "What we have here is a failure to communicate."
Well, that's been used in movies.
Yes,
all over the
that's
place.
from Cool Hand Luke.
Okay.
It's the very I think the very last line in the movie, but it's a very big part in the movie.
What did you think of Lotso?
Yeah, it's fine. Ned Beatty. He's fine.
You don't think he was a good villain?
He's all right.
Man, I think
Okay,
Toy
what do you
Story
think of
3
Ken?
Of what?
Ken.
That was Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was Michael Keaton.
You didn't know
That's
that?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's Michael
That
Keaton.
makes it really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love him.
speaking of Michael Keaton,
Go ahead.
I have a Michael Keaton movie that I think is very underrated, and I picked it because last week I had the final note of him being on Letterman and spoiling Batman,
Okay.
sort of. This is, I think, one of his best acting performances.
Okay.
It's called Multiplicity.
Nope, never seen it.
It's a comedy about him cloning himself, and
Okay.
it's great. I actually watched it in like a psychology class
Yeah.
in college, and he plays 4 different characters in this movie,
That sounds interesting.
and it's really fun.
96.
Oh, okay. All right. So 90s Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Got to be good.
It's on Vudu for free.
There you go.
Is Vudu just a free app to download? Just whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
Voodoo Partner. It's one of the retailers, but it's
Okay.
not one of the better ones in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. We'll check
Okay,
it out.
so what's it called?
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
Yep. I've
Okay.
never seen it. Never heard of it.
All right, so there you have it. This week, everyone's assignment. If you're a fan of the PTO Limited podcast, if you are a part of our movie club, which we should probably have like a sign up sheet, like just be like, hey, you're a member or something. That'd be really cute.
Well, I think if they're a fan of the show, they could be.
Well, not everybody has like time or wants to do the movie thing or is into movies. So it's like, oh, if you're part of our movie club, like,
Yeah.
and it's cool because like it's our club.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
go
though.
ahead and watch Multiplicity,
Very good.
and then we'll review it next Monday.
Yep. All right. So let's move on from there. What do you guys want to move into? We've got a lot of other stuff
Talk
to get on
about
board.
an airplane.
Oh, you guys want to hear something funny?
I'm ready for funny.
Okay, well, that's what the airplane thing is. So this actually popped up on my news feed. Where's it at?
Oh, I
Nope,
know what
that's
I
not the
need to
one.
do. I need to go somewhere.
Aha. Okay, so this popped up on my news feed today. What's today? July what?
15.
15th. So it happened. I don't know if it was today. But it popped up on my news feed this morning, and it just so happened to be the 15th that it posted. Okay, so a woman in, I'm gonna mess up where it's at, so hold on a second. But the title of the news thing says, "Woman rides luggage conveyor belt trying to board a plane." And I'm not joking. There is actual footage, like
That's liar, liar.
What?
security
Wait a
footage.
minute. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. What?
Woman rides luggage conveyor belt trying to board a plane.
No.
So this really did happen, and the video is funny. Like, it's security footage from the conveyor belt. So she is a first-time plane rider, and it said she's gone viral in one day. Okay, so she's from Turkey, Airport security cameras caught the moment when the woman stepped onto the luggage check conveyor belt thinking it would deliver her to the doors of the aircraft in Turkey.
Oh my gosh.
So the woman made her way to the belt safely, but had a misstep when it came time to mount the moving belt. She slipped and fell on her back, which is when the airport staff stopped the belt, removed the woman. Luckily, she never made it to the end of the belt, which it would have undoubtedly dropped her onto a pile of air-ready baggage or luggage.
Wow.
They claim that the woman had never flown before and mistakenly thought that the conveyor belt meant solely for luggage, would conveniently carry her to the doors of the plane to Turkey.
That's funny, but also a little sad.
But yeah,
She died, right?
no,
Oh.
no, she's alive. But no, here's a still from the video. The video's funny. It's up on Twitter and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
So she actually does this.
It's liar, liar. Is what you said.
Oh, well, it was, but then I thought about he zipped himself
Yeah,
up
he
in
zipped
a
himself in a
suitcase,
bag.
and he ended up on the tarmac.
Oh
I
my
just-
gosh. Yeah.
How?
That's right.
Like, I guess I'm trying to think of the first time I boarded a plane, but I was really young.
But there's a scene when the security officer turns his back, and then you see him on
Like,
his back
on his
holding
back,
onto it.
Hold on,
holding
the
on-
bag, the
yes.
duffel bag. Yeah.
Yes. So that scene comes to mind. So
Oh
that
my
that
God.
happened, and I was like, that's not real. And I
Well,
looked at the video, I'm like, wow, that really
The
happened.
first time that I flew, I was 26. I was terrified because I didn't know what to
26?
expect.
Wow.
This is an older, like 40s, 50s
I
woman,
was
I would say.
I was terrified because I've never flown before, and I wasn't going with anybody.
Okay.
So I'm like, what if I don't know what to do?
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
It's
had
actually
to,
all very simple. And
I had
there's
to, cousin
people to
Andrew, who flies a lot, has flown a lot for his work, and we were flying out of Fort Wayne, which is a tiny airport.
It's
So
like,
you really cannot get lost.
no,
Okay.
it's
At the
super
Fort Wayne
easy.
Airport.
Yeah.
So he's just explains the whole part of it, and I connected in Dallas, which is a giant airport.
Oh.
But
yep,
even
it is.
it's a simple concept, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you
So
think
I thought I would share that.
All
because that's
airports
just
are
like,
similar. Like you just think, okay, so it's just a building.
A really big building.
Yeah, it's a real big building. You just gotta know your numbers.
Is there any more about an airplane?
No, that was it. I'm posting the link
I've
in
got
our
a funny.
YouTube. Right
I've got a funny headline.
Go ahead.
So I saw this this headline.
Wow.
I don't know if you'll think it's funny, Josh, but Alex and I will. So
Alright.
this is the headline:
That's weird.
Loud fart gives away suspects hiding
Oh,
spot.
I heard about that.
Leads to arrest.
Where is he hiding?
That was okay. That's on our. They talked about that on the Bear.
Well, I heard
think it
it
was the
on.
Bear.
I heard it. I read the article, which is short, and then the station, the 97.3, also talked.
Oh, they
about
did. Okay.
But
I'm
what-
pretty sure the Bear posted about
What's
it.
this about?
I
So
didn't read the article. I
he
saw
was-
the headline and I was like,
He
oh my
was
god.
out fleeing from the cops, and he was hiding like in brush. And let me read the short article because it's hilarious.
Oh my God, this sounds
All
great.
right. When tracking down a suspect, law enforcement might use a K9 to track down a scent. This was not necessary for a recent arrest in Missouri. According to the Clay County Sheriff's Office over the weekend, Liberty Police were searching for a person who a felony warrant for arrest was issued. The person was wanted for possession of a controlled substance. The suspect hid to avoid police, but apparently let out a fart so loudly it gave up its hiding spot. Quote, "We've got to give props to Liberty PD for using their senses to sniff him out," read a Facebook comment from the Clay County Sheriff's
Wow,
Office.
that's brilliant.
Oh, it smells stronger over here.
Oh my god! I mean, if you're the cop and you're looking for somebody and you hear a loud fart, isn't? I couldn't hold it together.
Be like, found him over here, guys.
Oh, they sniffed him out.
Oh
Don't need
my
the
God.
canines. We got it.
All right, so I mean, advice: plug your butthole.
Well,
Plug your butthole. Wow.
I think on the radio they were talking about it, like the guy had really bad flatulence,
Okay.
and I'm thinking if you do, unless you just cannot hold it in, you don't do that because it's gonna give you away.
Right.
Especially if you're holding it in forever, a fart builds. So it's probably like, oh shit, it's coming. No, I can't just have. Found him, guys. He's over here. We just gotta
So-
wait a minute.
So real quick, I want to talk about noises since we were talking about fart noises. Did you know that they're adding fake noises to electric cars? Did you hear
What?
about this?
What are you
Like
talking
engine
about?
noises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
When you're under a certain speed, It
Yeah.
actually revs up and makes sound.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's a safety feature
Yes.
that they're adding.
Mhm.
And because we're
need to
already
be able
don't
to-
pay enough attention looking at our phones
Yes.
walking down the
So
side
the
of the
electric
road.
cars are silent for the most part.
They are.
So yeah, I think I actually talked about that last year. But yeah,
With-
there's different engine. You can buy different types. It's almost like Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
You can buy different sounds for your car.
Huh.
Like I'm not joking. It's a thing.
That's interesting.
Like you can personalize your horn
But
and your.
the thing is, I don't think it's mechanical. I think it's electrical. Like, of course, because it's an electric car. But the sound is not from mechanical parts.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on from
So
there,
do you
guys.
want this to sound like a Tonka truck, or do you want it to sound like a Corvette?
That's why, like, my favorite thing about my car, my Mustang, is the sound the exhaust makes, which is a low, throaty sound.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at a Tesla is so much faster, or a model of a Tesla is so much faster than my car,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't sound like that.
No.
So I mean, that's the trade-off. Even though I couldn't afford a Tesla anyway.
No.
But that's what I just love about my car, is the low, throaty exhaust sound.
I'm seeing a lot more Teslas around town.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
I've
quite a
been
few in
seeing
Fort
quite
Wayne.
a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did come out with that affordable model,
Mm-hmm.
and I forget which model it is, but it starts at like 35,000.
Oh, I
which
thought it was
is-
cheaper than that.
It might be, but I know it was 30 something, which
Yeah.
is pretty
That's
inexpensive,
pretty inexpensive for a
especially
Tesla.
in Fort Wayne.
Right. Right.
Okay,
All right.
what are we moving on to?
Yeah, whatever. We got a whole list of things.
Since we talked about farting, what's with bad food?
Bad food. All right, let's talk about bad food.
Bud food.
All right.
As it was saying.
We were supposed to talk about this last week because it was more relevant last week, but it still might be relevant. So there is a really nasty thing that kids are doing now that makes me not want to go to the grocery store anymore.
Oh, I know what you're. The spitting and the licking.
It's
Yeah,
the licking.
No, there's a spitting one.
No, there's a licking.
And a
There's
spitting
no
one.
spitting.
Yes, there
Why?
is.
Yeah,
I've got the
Arizona-
next one.
Arizona
There's
sweet
two
tea.
articles.
Wait, they're spitting in tea?
Okay,
like
so
a gallon jug of tea.
So, this happened it was posted July 5th. And I guess this girl has been caught.
And
But-
I think she's getting charged with felony.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, they said that. She is since she's a she's
Minor.
a minor. She's not underage. She's a minor. There's certain things like she can't be charged to what an adult would be. But if it was an adult, it would be a felony. For a kid, it's not.
Okay.
So there is video. I went ahead and watched it just to see. It's someone videotaping her grabbing a like a pint of ice cream. She takes the lid off, licks it, and then puts the lid back on and puts it back, and then they get out of the store.
Well, and then I saw another one of a kid. He took like a thing of Edie's, grabbed a handful, ate it, put part of the handful back, and didn't even put the lid on, put it back in. That's a little bit better because at least you can see it. You know.
Well, I want to say one other thing about the ice cream licking thing. There was a gentleman that actually got caught doing it, but he did a video of it, and he still bought it. He still bought it after he was done.
Well,
So
I
he
would
just
Would
say
he
you
took it
would
out.
have to buy it.
Would he have bought it if he didn't get caught?
No. He didn't get caught until after the video was already posted and
Oh,
everything.
gotcha.
So
he
caught.
did purchase it.
They're saying, oh, you're still in trouble, but he's like, but I bought he had a receipt. He still got charged.
So why did
So
he
he
make
just
the
ate
video?
it before he paid
Was the
for it.
video portraying of him doing it and
To
no
stay trendy.
evidence of buying it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so to be
So
part
it's-
of the trend.
I got you.
That's
Oh.
Yep, a
stupid.
man did it. He got arrested, but he paid for it off of video.
Well, there was also the mouthwash person. Did you see that one?
People are just
I didn't see
messing
that
with-
one.
It's
I'm
not
pulling
a
up the other one.
challenge.
She gargled with
Um,
mouthwash, spit it back in, put the cap on, put it back on the shelf.
Lovely.
That's the T one. Yeah,
It's
mhm.
literally a loogie into
Yeah,
the
it's a freaking it's a loogie and some Arizona tea. So, and this is and it
That's
says right there. The
disgusting.
thing is, this is the actual trend. Like kids are teenagers and older teenagers, like 17.
The tea guy did not look young.
No.
It
No.
doesn't say what his age is.
But look at
I bet he's mid-20s.
Okay, but even so, old enough to know better, or should be
Yeah.
old enough to know better.
It doesn't matter. Either
So-
way.
Yeah, so most of the time it's ice cream is what it seems to be for the kids. This one was this guy was opening a gallon of tea in a store. He spit in it along with a plea to retweet until he's arrested. Wait, hold on a second.
I don't think that was.
You
part of
just
the
went to a
story.
weird
Video
area
of
to
a-
the
of a dude opening a-
article there, Alex.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that meant. But either way, there's a video. I didn't watch it. I just saw the
God, that's disgusting.
I can't look at it. I saw the
So-
still of it. He pretty much loogies into an Arizona tea gallon and then puts it back.
Gross.
If
Oh,
I do
sorry.
work at
I've got like my stomach's hurting
I
right
do
now.
work at a large retailer, and if I witness this, I would risk my job confronting
I
these
would.
people
I would.
You're not
because
supposed to.
I know I'm not supposed to.
What do you mean you're not
but,
supposed to?
As an
Okay.
employee, I could confront them, but I can't
You
do
can't.
anything
You
about
can't
it.
post blame on them. You can talk to them and say, "Can I help you with anything?"
Bullshit.
That is all you can do.
You
Oh no,
okay?
I could warn them and say, I saw what you did. There's cameras all around. I could call the cops right now.
Well-
They wouldn't get here before they left the store.
Right.
But I don't need them to be there to prosecute them because I have their faces,
Right.
and I would probably be recording myself just for further evidence.
I know, but here's the deal. This is 2019. There are cameras everywhere.
And that shit's gonna follow you to every job interview.
And they know, even this girl that was licking the ice cream, she knew she was getting videotaped. They
Yeah.
posted it. And then they found her by posting it. How fucking stupid.
People.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
So I know she can't be charged with a felony, but in this case, I think a felony is probably reasonable.
I would say
However,
so.
I don't think jail is necessary or prison is necessarily the
No,
right
don't
place
take
for
up
her
a-
to go.
Don't take up a
but
prison cell for that.
Felony on your record for being that stupid,
Yes.
sure. 1,000 or more hours of community service and probation. I think
I
you're well in the
agree.
wheelhouse for this kind of
I
thing.
agree.
I think it's ridiculous that we have to even talk about
Okay,
this kind of thing.
I
It's
know,
so
but that's the thing. That's why we're
stupid.
talking about, because it is ridiculous,
It
and people
is.
are doing this. So when you
Mhm.
are out grocery shopping, you see a
Check
bunch
your
of
seals.
you see check your seals, and you see some crazy teenagers possibly pulling some shit. You pull out your phone
Mhm.
and you say, "Hey, WTF, mate? What are you doing?"
I even thought, if I see it happen, my first move is to take the phone of whoever's recording and just smash it into the floor. But then I thought,
No, you can't do that.
there goes the evidence.
Yes, you can't do that.
I could if I wanted to.
No, your evidence is you see it happening, you pull out your phone, you start recording, and if there is an altercation, you have it proof on your phone.
Yeah.
That's
But
how.
my fight or my anger reaction is smash the phone.
Yeah.
Smash the phone. Hulk
My
smash.
anger is to like grab them and slap them silly and tell them that they're stupid.
Especially because in the terms of the ice cream, that's my product that I'm responsible for. In
Yeah.
my department. It's
Right.
Like you just
Yeah.
tampered with my stuff.
That's what you do.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I did do to have that adult rage was kind of fun though. Like to go to see a kid doing something you're not supposed to. There's a limit. Like kids will be kids. Like there's a limit to the kids will be kids. That's past the limit because that's contaminating food. That's
Sure.
that's bad. And then there's a limit of Alex hasn't had any sleep and she's been at conference for 12 hours. And if you're gonna come knocking on my hotel door once or twice, I give you a go by.
Oh, okay. I remember
Alex,
this
this
Once
now.
whole
we get
story.
to
Don't
the-
even talk
Once
about
we
this
get to
again.
the third time, I was so pissed off. They about peed their pants when I
Yeah.
opened up the door when they knocked the third time because I was waiting for it.
Alex, that's a different
Oh,
situation.
I understand that, but to go up to their parents and be like, get the fucking kids inside before I call the front desk and you lose your room for the night.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
exactly how that works.
I wasn't the only person calling down there, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But like that was
I
just
do
fucking
wonder.
stupid.
I do wonder what they would actually do.
I don't know because
either.
they were full
I
of
don't-
freaking
I don't think they
cheerleaders.
can. I don't think they can kick them out though,
Mm.
unless they're being like dangerous.
Right.
You do know that to be on a cheerleading squad, you do have to have like a record of like good behavior. And if I were
Well,
to
maybe
do
at
something,
your school.
no, I'm pretty darn sure you have to have like good behavior, good grades. Like you can't go to competitions on school like terms. They can't just take a bad kid and say you can go to
How,
these
how do
things
you know this?
because I was in sports.
Well, at your school, you don't know if that's school wide.
I would think that it would be.
Maybe
Why
it
would
is, but
you
you
risk?
don't know that it is.
Why would you risk not
I
having a
think-
student in good standing go to another state to do a competition and then have them possibly be a risky child?
Well, it depends because they'll bend the rules for athletes.
They have. Yeah.
Okay, I had a D in a class once. I know, oh my god, right? And I got a warning
Alex.
that I could not go. No, not a warning. I was not allowed to run because I had a midterm report that I had a D in, and it was like an honors chemistry, something that I wasn't very good at. And they told me I could not run in this week's meet because I had a D.
That's you though. That you don't know.
That is
that's
different than a different
school
sport.
wide.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Exactly.
let's just say if and when I have kids, that's what it should be.
Okay,
Well,
so
I agree.
we were talking about food, guys.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, got off on the kid rant. Let's move on.
I want to talk
something
about
else.
interesting good food here, just before we get onto the other food stuff that looks like sitting on our thing. Somebody paid $11,000 for a bunch of grapes
Why?
because there's an actual rare grape out there that's actually grown in Japan called the ruby Roman grape, which is actually a
And-
delicacy.
And how much of a delicacy is it really worth 11 grand?
It's actually rare.
Well-
it's pretty rare. It's only grown on this island.
Think if you have $11,000 to spend on grapes, good for you. You know?
Do you know that those grapes don't last very long?
No, but you know what the people who actually bought them did?
What?
They actually work.
Made them into raisins?
No, they work at a grocery store and they're giving them out for free.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's cute.
Boy,
Yeah.
they must make good money at their
a grocery store owner, whatever. I mean, in Japan, I don't know how these things.
Whatever.
How,
To get more people to go to his
Let's
grocery
talk
store.
about some
really interesting
different
stuff.
food.
Yeah, pizza crust.
Pizza
What do you
crust.
want to say about that?
What you got to
Um,
say about pizza
Hold
crust?
on. I have to make sure I have
Well,
this
we
pulled up.
can.
You can move on to another thing. I don't have
We
it
got-
All right,
pulled
I'll
up.
we got
talk
the
about
pretzel
pretzel
buns.
buns. Have you ever had a pretzel bun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wendy's all the time.
So I've
They did.
I had some. I've had them before and I liked it because I really like pretzels in general. But I made a couple burgers last night,
You did burgers with pretzel buns.
and I got pretzel buns from Kroger, and they almost overpower the taste and flavor of the burger.
Really?
Yeah.
You must not be seasoning your burger enough.
Well, maybe. I mean, I thought I did. I mean, the burger I could still taste it, but it was so much bun. It was like the ratio was all off.
Well, when you get in those ones that are like from the bakery, they're huge.
They are huge,
normally.
and maybe
Yeah.
maybe it need to be like a double burger.
Yeah, yeah. Or you cut the thing in half and then in half again, or in thirds.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you need all that bread. Bread is not actually the best for you,
No,
regardless
it's
of what
not.
kind you have.
But there are some things you've got to have a bun for.
Dude, I had the first PB&J sandwich in like 3 months.
Did you have one?
Yeah, recently.
just-
yeah.
Didn't
over
you
the
just say
weekend.
that?
Over the weekend. Yeah.
No, like today.
No, but like Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I try.
I don't eat bread.
I
at
really
all.
have really cut back on it as well. I don't take sandwiches to work anymore.
No, I
Um,
should.
I drink shakes for my lunch, where I have like something green.
Yeah.
I eat protein.
Pretzel buns are great though.
They're kind of the every now and then thing.
Yeah, kind of like sweet rolls or Hawaiian sweet rolls or whatever.
It is very difficult. Like now that you're thinking about it, when we went to a buffet with you,
Yes.
and then we went to another buffet.
Yeah, on Thursday night we went on a date night.
Oh, you
Oh,
went and
God.
saw
Oh,
Far From Home.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that as well.
We have to talk about what happened.
Calm yourself.
I totally forgot what happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have to talk about what happened.
Oh my god.
We're gonna
Oh my
pause
god.
it. We're gonna-
OMG.
Yes, OMG
What the
moment.
hell is wrong with you guys?
Okay. I cannot
Crying out
believe we
loud.
forgot to talk about this or put it on
So-
the board.
Remember our neighbor,
Remember Crackhead?
the dude we had to evict?
Oh yeah.
He works at
He
the
was
place
our
we went to.
server.
He was one of our servers. So we're gonna have to take you to this place.
Did he
Okay,
recognize
Pretty dope.
I think he did because he
Maybe.
didn't come back to the table or anywhere. Because
So he
or
was
anywhere.
He was your
disappeared.
server.
Well, okay, let me describe where we went. We went to this place called Tisano's Brazilian Grill, where you order a meal and you get a buffet of sides, and then they have servers come around with skewered meats and they slice it off right in front of you.
yeah,
They
and you
give
have a little,
whatever
you have like a little
kinds.
green and red thing. So when you want some meat, it's up on green. When you want them to stop serving, you put it to red so you can finish your meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So they serve you all these different kinds. Like we had, I can't even tell you
Oh,
what kind of
we
meats
had a
we
chicken heart.
Oh, that was weird.
Okay,
Gross.
he thinks it was weird, and it was actually really good. You want to know what it tastes like?
No.
Chicken.
It tastes like chicken.
Well, everything in chicken.
I know,
tastes
but like the
chicken.
meat, you just have to it's tough, so it tastes like what's a really tough meat where you have to pull apart? Is it horse meat or
Horse meat.
Yeah, have you not had horse?
I've had pheasant.
Is it horse? Remember that on that 70s show?
Yes.
I can't remember what
I do
meat.
remember
Oh, it's
that.
deer meat. Deer meat is really tough.
Yeah.
Tough to eat. And it's a lot like that, but it was like a really small sliver of the heart, like just a valve.
Oh, that
of the
wasn't
heart.
the whole heart.
No. Oh my God, no. That was just like it was this.
It
big.
was actually like that big.
Well,
No, it wasn't.
get on with it.
Anyways, so we're sitting there, and Josh and I'm looking down eating my salad, right? And I'm not looking at the guy, and the guy comes, which is apparently our neighbor,
Your old neighbor.
my old
Ex-neighbor.
neighbor, crackhead neighbor, and who's only like 17 or 18, didn't pass school.
Mhm.
And he comes over, Josh goes and says hi to him or whatever. So he say, oh, would you like this? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sure. Oh, I'll take some and put her on her plate too. Because I was busy chowing down on salad. And then Josh is like kicking me. I'm like, what? And I look up because the guy's gone. He's like, what? And he's like giving me this face like, I'm like, what? What
Yeah.
happened? What? Like he just found
He
out some
wasn't
news.
still there though, right?
No,
No, he was
no,
already
he had
gone at
left.
that
And he's
point.
like, that's Josh. I'm like, what? What do you mean, Josh? I'm like, he's like, Josh, the guy. I'm like, who? I still don't know what you're talking about. He's like, our neighbor, remember? I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Are you serious? I'm like looking around, and he like disappeared for 45 minutes.
You know, if I don't remember that, nobody else is gonna remember that.
I know that we talked about it quite a few times on the podcast,
Yeah.
and how
But-
we're trying to
but
get him.
I've been
addicted.
on every show.
Yeah, I know.
as my-
Either way,
Right.
so
We
it
had
was
an
funny
ex-neighbor
because
who was not a.
I was
he
like,
not a good.
I told, well, he was, we're not going to get into it anymore because it'll piss me off. But when Josh was like, we should make a text that says if we end up dead tomorrow by food poisoning, maybe he
You know
put
who
something in
done
our
it.
food. We know who it was.
Yeah, he probably just spit.
No, we got him evicted.
No, this guy like spray painted my car and everything. Like it was bad.
It was a bad situation.
So what about Spider-Man?
Oh, we
Oh,
saw
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man that night too.
Amazing,
It's really good.
amazing movie.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I would say that it's definitely it's a good sequel. Mysterio is a great addition to
Once
the
again,
Spider-Man
another
MCU.
character that when I saw the trailer, I'm like, really, Jake Gyllenhaal.
I didn't like him.
I was like, are you serious? This is gonna suck. He was amazing. Josh didn't like him. I actually was like, wow, this is really good.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good. And by the way, the CGI and the effects and stuff, especially towards the end, and where Mysterio's using like his powers, is like mind blowing cool.
Pretty good.
Like
yeah.
really cool.
Yep. So I think,
it's really good.
and they tied. This is basically the end of Phase 3 of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is the last movie before the next phase. So
Oh.
and you can kind of
Wait a
feel.
minute. No, it's not.
Yes, it
Aren't
is.
they doing another Black Panther?
They haven't announced another
They
Black
haven't
Panther yet.
announced it.
Oh, well, they will because it made $1 billion.
They absolutely will.
There is a couple tissue parts.
Isn't there a Comic-Con coming up? Isn't I'm pretty certain that IGN had a poll coming up that said, "What do you want to see announced?"
Oh yeah.
And actually, I said Black Panther 2 is on there. The new Black Widow movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I don't remember. There's a whole poll of different types of comic book movies that haven't been. Oh, Doctor Strange 2 is what I voted for.
Ooh, yeah, I want to see.
I want to see it. I would love a
wanna see
Doctor
that.
Strange 2. But anyway, Spider-Man Far From Home. It was really good. A lot of twists, a lot of surprises. You got to stay for the end, of course.
Yes, you do.
I think that it's a very twisty, surprising movie, and I really enjoyed it. And Alex and I went and saw it at Jefferson Point.
Oh,
And,
that AMC.
which is very interesting
Which
because
is where we saw it.
right.
Yes.
7 Spider-Man movies ago in 2002, that's where Alex and I saw our first Spider-Man movie on our first actual accidental date. So it was actually kind of pretty interesting. That wasn't on purpose. That wasn't on purpose. That it was at
That you
that
did
theater.
that?
That was at that theater. No, it was by the time we walked in, I was like, oh,
Well, you mean going to AMC this time wasn't on purpose?
Yeah,
Correct.
he actually texted me last week in the middle of the workday and was like, "Do you want to go out on a date on Thursday?" Like, because when we go on a date, it's like it's not necessarily a date. Like, it's not planned. It's just, hey, do you want to go see Spider-Man tonight? Yeah,
Right.
sure. And this was like, no, I want to take you to dinner and a movie. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yep. So we had a date night and
Yeah.
we saw Spider-Man.
We took
Good
photo
movie.
booth photos, but the photo booth wasn't working.
Yes, you used your phone.
So I used my phone in the photo booth and took selfies.
Good lighting.
It works.
That's great lighting.
Good lighting.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on here. Do you want to talk about pizza crust?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got that pulled up. All right. So, quick vote between the three of us. What is the best part of a pizza? I vote the crust.
I
Well,
want to say
I wouldn't say it's the best, but I like it.
Okay.
I think it's the first bite of every slice.
Okay,
That's the best
great
part of the
news.
pizza.
Great news for possibly Brett and me. That there's, if you go to New Jersey, if you're ever in New Jersey, there is a pizza now where they fill a pizza box that's shaped like a pizza with pizza crust only.
Do they
That's
sell it with cheese
breadsticks.
or marinara?
That's breadsticks.
It is-
No,
it
it's
is
not.
bread.
That's the same thing
Might
as a
as
breadstick.
well be breadsticks.
It is a
yeah.
breadstick.
No, but I mean that's cool. I mean I don't know how you. Do they still cut it in triangles?
What?
I'll show you the picture of it.
It's breadsticks. It's breadsticks. That's all. This is a gimmick.
It's
This is a
pizza
gimmick.
crust.
No, it's.
When Josh
Well,
is done with his pizza, he gives me the
Here's
crust.
the thing.
No, I don't.
The
Not all the time.
crust is
I do sometimes.
it's usually crispier than an actual breadstick.
Yes. And it tastes like your pizza at the end of it.
Yeah, I want.
So it's like they
pizza.
cook the pizza and cut the crust sticks
I
off.
would definitely need
whatever.
some cheese.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this thing, like, I think that you can probably order it, like, because, you know, there are some crusts that have crust flavors.
That's why I go for stuffed crust.
I agree with you that it's definitely a gimmick,
It's gimmick entirely.
but I'm not against it.
No. Who's serving it?
Villa Italian Kitchen,
Okay.
which specializes in Neapolitan and pan pizzas.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan is
It's
ice
called
cream.
Just the Crust. They're offering it for $2.75. It comes with 6 pieces of pizza crust. And no, they are not breadsticks. They're actual crust. Is what they put on here.
Breadsticks.
So I wonder if I don't know. I'm not even gonna try.
Nope. I'm not going to either.
That's it. It's just like they said. It sounds like a great idea, so we did it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this Area 51.
Area
thing.
51.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give this a lot of attention.
No, but
because it's stupid. But I
this
don't
is-
really know much
I'm
about it.
pulling it
This
up
is
to see how
this
many.
has received global attention,
Yes.
and it's actually a lot more prominent than I expected this
Ooh,
to become.
okay. So the last time I looked at this, the count, like it's a Facebook group, is how it started off at. It's titled, and you can look this up on Facebook. It's titled Area 51. They can't stop all of us, and that's because if you look up.
Except they can.
If you look up Storm Area 51 only, there's a whole bunch of subgroups that people made fun of it. The actual group is Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us.
So how did this start?
I don't know when it actually started, but it is happening on September 20th of this year. And what it says here is the last time I got a count, which is how many people registered and said, hey, yes, click the I'm going button. It was over 750,000 people. As of right now, this Monday, it's 1.1 million people.
Not that many people are gonna go.
With
I'm
900,
gonna guarantee you're gonna get a sliver
Well,
of that.
hold on.
with almost another million that are interested.
Is Area 51's location even disclosed anywhere?
No,
Like,
well,
it's,
do people
it's,
know
it's
where
a
it is?
You
Yes.
have a general
No, I mean, is it?
knowledge.
Do people know where it is? Can
You can-
people find it?
Well,
Yes.
if you ever watched any UFO thing at all, like they actually say that you can see cameras showing like lights from Area 51 and stuff,
Well, okay.
so they know where it's at.
But could they find it? Could you go to
Yes.
Nevada and find Area 51?
Yes.
Yes.
There are pictures even posted.
Does
on
it have
here.
a street address?
No, but it is a facility.
That is a good
It
question.
is a there is building there, but it is surrounded. Like it's miles in, but there is a huge fence. It's almost like if you've ever seen this means something.
Close Encounters.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh.
It's almost like that where you can't get to that tower, the Devil's Tower. There's a huge fence and it's closed off. There are signs everywhere that say danger. This is public property, government property, government property. We will use deadly force to keep you out.
So what makes them think that they can't stop them all?
I don't know.
Are they gonna kill their own American citizens?
If
That's
they're
the thing.
perceived as a threat,
They came out with a post yesterday stating that if you guys are really gonna do this, we will use force to keep you out. Like this is a warning.
Yeah,
Do
the U.S.
not
Air
do
Force.
this.
The U.S. Air Force. A representative from the U.S. Air Force stated that the Air Force always stands ready to protect America and its assets. But hold on a second. Who are you protecting in this? And I don't want to say anything. Not all knowledge is public knowledge, of course, and the government always has certain things that they are hiding or they have classified, which is their own level of knowledge. That's what people are tired of. They want to go in and raid it.
think
But-
about, let's say this was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's say that this was the White House. You think they'd hesitate into taking people out if they were storming the White
I
House?
just don't know.
There's snipers
The
on
answer
the
is
front
no.
lawn or
Exactly.
on the that's just something like even if you accidentally or not accident, if you can go up to the White House, to the front gate,
to the fence.
the gate, yes, the front fence, you cannot go on the front lawn.
No.
You can't.
Have you ever seen Olympus Has Fallen? I mean, there's some truth to.
Do you know there's
that
another
security.
movie coming?
Yeah, Angel Has Fallen.
Angel Has
Yeah,
Fallen.
it
That's
looks
his code
good. It
name.
looks good.
I'll watch it. I don't know how good it looks
I
because
know.
even London Has Fallen was okay.
Yeah.
But I do
Um,
like Gerard Butler's character in those movies, so I'll see it.
What I don't get is they actually have a plan. I've looked into it. I've had people in the comments. There's half and half as far as seriousness goes. There are people that are in there and that you, because it's free for anybody to go in here and talk about and comment on and join. And the comments that I was reading, there's so many memes going on, but then you get like really serious people that are like, you guys are all laughing now,
The
but
Doomsdayers.
yeah,
It's
like
legit. People are gonna rate this.
yeah, people are like, I think it's gonna happen.
But here's what the government will probably do before. They're gonna do non-deadly force.
Yeah, so there was somebody that commented. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. There's gonna be tear gas and all this like
High pressure
Non-lethal.
water hoses.
yeah,
I think they're gonna do volume. There's sounds that actually will make you sick,
Oh.
so they might do that first. And if you can get past that, and there's also stuff that'll make you shit yourself.
yeah,
so-
like there's so many chemicals that they can use that
Tear gas is one of the first things that could probably.
Well, there's plenty of riot squads.
Yes, absolutely. So it's
Um,
not like there's not they can stop this from happening without killing.
Right.
But we'll see where this goes.
they're
I
trying to
don't
get
know.
as many people as possible.
I think, let's say 10% of the people who actually show up are serious.
So 100,000 people.
That's a lot of
Let's
people.
say are serious about this. When they see their numbers are not anywhere near what they would need to actually raid this place,
There's gonna be some
I think
crazies.
they will stand down.
Well, we gotta look at the numbers first.
By the way, this is a picture of Area 51.
It's quite large.
Yeah.
Think
so-
of the amount of people. If you no first, okay, you're giving the date.
Yeah.
And no, there's nothing. It's scheduled at 3 a.m.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's exact time because it says in the description, meet at the there's a tourist attraction center because you can go there for like like there's a little tourist thing there, but it's not at Area 51. It's
Sure.
somewhere in Nevada by it, and you can go up to like the fences and stuff that say, "Danger, stay out government property. We'll kill you if you come in here." You can do that, but after the fence, if you see the aerial view, it's like
Mhm.
miles down this like thing, and then there's a building in the middle.
That'd be cool to visit though.
Well,
Yeah, it
that's
would
what these
be.
people are thinking.
But it's out in
Oh,
the middle of nowhere.
I
so
just mean I don't have I want to see what it's like because everybody knows Area 51, at least our generation from Independence Day. You know,
People are
and they
thinking
give you an
aliens.
idea of what goes on there, but what really goes on there.
Well, people are going to be live streaming this, so
I'm sure.
keep an eye out. for
September
people.
20th, eh?
Yep.
September 20th, and let's see, that's 3 a.m. Nevada time.
That will
So
be
6
about
a.m.
6 a.m.
6
here.
a.m. here.
Yeah, roughly,
Um,
depending on their, I don't know.
I was
time
gonna
zone.
say something.
Yeah, mountain time.
So
Do it.
for
5
the
a.m.
longest time, and I wanted to say this too, for the longest time too,
Might be mountain time.
the government denied Area 51 that it even existed
Right.
until I think, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read 2003 is when they actually came out and said, okay, yes, fine, there is an Area 51, but no, it's not what you think it is.
Sure.
And it
Because
even-
of movies
it-
like Independence Day.
It even
Right.
is called Area 51, and it's called Air Base in Lincoln County, Nevada. It is the United States Air Force facility, common known as Area 51. It's a highly classified remote detachment of Edwards Air Force Base within the Nevada Training and Test Range.
Yep.
That is what they said. It's nothing that you think about aliens. We'll come out and say yes,
Well,
it's fine. This is here, but it's a training.
It probably isn't, but I don't believe that it's what they say it is. You know, I'm sure there's more going on there than what is said in that statement.
Right.
Base. So, what do you guys think is gonna happen?
Oh, I have. What do I think is going to happen?
Yep.
I already said.
Oh, you did. What was it?
I said a small percentage of people in this Facebook group will show up.
Yeah.
And an even smaller percentage of that will be diehard serious about attacking. And when they see the numbers that actually are going to do it, they'll either say, well, we don't have the numbers, or they will do it and they'll get snuffed out so quick, even if it's non-lethal, that it will hardly register on the big deal thing. You know what I mean?
I know, but
Yeah.
what are they gonna do with these people? Probably throw them in
Arrest
jail,
them.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's trespassing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely trespassing.
Yep. Government trespassing. You got to get them all first. Now, first we got. Let's just say I'm gonna say about 300,000 people show up, and they run.
I don't even think there's going to be 1,000 people. I'm saying it right here. I don't even think. I think all of this is bullshit. I think everybody's just joining it to
Really?
say, okay, because there are 2 people on my actual Facebook friends list that put they're going.
I think it could just lose
Yeah.
momentum. But I mean, September is still.
I think that's why, because they wanted to get the news around, so anybody and everybody that
That's
wants to
like-
do it.
That's
another
like
month.
8 or 9, 10 weeks away.
Yeah.
We got another month and a half.
Like I'm putting
So-
it in my phone to watch.
It will. I think it could just peter out before it even comes close.
We'll see.
You know how short attention spans are.
So
They are very
today I asked my 75-year-old grandmother what she thinks of this.
Oh, does she know anything about this?
She had no idea, but she said, at first she's like, well, it sounds stupid. Sounds like, another internet grabbing thing.
Right.
And I said, I asked her, what do you think about it, though? Like, what do you think about Area 51? And her biggest thing was just, I agree that there are secrets that the government have, but I very much agree that not everybody in this country is smart enough to handle what we have.
Absolutely.
And there is
yeah.
a reason why these places are secret and undercover is because the stupid people in America pretty much don't need to know about
I
it.
think we're gonna see some stuff we don't even know about.
Do you
that
remember
we
what-
might in action?
Tommy Lee Jones said in Men in Black
What?
when Will Smith said, "People can handle it.
People
People
are
are smart. People can handle it." And he's like, and Kay said, "A person is smart. People are dumb, ignorant cattle." And I can't remember the
Yeah.
exact line, but
You
he
know it.
basically just said that people in groups are stupid.
They are.
and
They are.
They
Okay,
cannot handle it.
There is a bit from the comedian Chris Porter that talks about how Google is a search engine. It is not an answer book.
Dude, that's right. We
You
listened.
get stupid people looking up the same exact thing does not make it right.
Yes. Just like the
People think the Earth is flat.
people think this is the thing he talked about. There is an actual group, and I looked it up while we were listening to his album, his newest album, which is
Yeah.
hilarious, by the way.
Chris
Um,
Porter, look him up.
Chris Porter, look it up. And he talks about there is an actual group in Google. He Googled the Earth, or not the Earth. The sun is bullshit.
Yeah.
And if you type into Google, the sun is bullshit. I am not joking, and neither is he. There are groups of people that think the sun is made up. It's an illusion made up by the government.
Wait, I don't. Yes, that's true. I think these people just find something to contradict to make
And
splash.
attach themselves to it
You'd be
Yes.
surprised 'cause
for something.
people are cuckoo.
Yeah.
Now,
but
now there will be somebody
that's
out
the
there
point.
who will refute your entire claim of the sun being real.
Josh?
Just be aware that the internet exists. There are two sides to a
Josh?
coin on every single
The
opinion.
sun is real and the Earth is round. Okay,
I totally agree.
do you agree?
I agree on those points.
We're staying married.
All
Okay.
right. Woo! I get to live another
Can we
day.
get off of this?
married. Please,
Yes,
let's.
let's get
You
off of
seem
it.
upset about it.
well, I'm just done with
It's
it. It's stupid. So,
Stupid.
Can we
let's-
talk about the Switch?
Well, no, I
Yeah.
was gonna do this. I'm an adult and I've never thing.
Okay, and then we'll talk about the Switch.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, then we'll talk about video
So
games.
I
Yes.
just this real quick story that came over the radio last week is this woman. So basically, this radio station does this bit of I'm an adult and I've never, and you come up with some pretty crazy stuff when people call in. But she called in. She's in her 30s. Never cut her own meat at a restaurant,
Oh, at a restaurant?
or when dining.
Like she never took a knife
She
and fork.
didn't know how.
Oh, iron? Did she just like knife and bite it? Like
So
a
here's
cookie?
the thing. So
Like
the radio personality asked him. He's like, "Well, why?" And she's
Well,
like,
why?
"Well, my dad always did it for me, and then when I started dating, I was upfront about it, and the guy I was dating did it for me, and then I married him, and he has just always done it." And like, "Well, is it I don't want to or I can't?" And she's like, "I never learned how to hold a knife and fork and cut my own meat."
Looking at Alex here.
Like, what do you mean? It's two tools.
I can cut my own meat.
But you
I-
request.
He does a very good job at cutting meat.
What are you talking about?
I-
If we have a steak, okay,
at home.
at home, or like I request him to cut it for me because he does a very good job, and I'm a very messy eater. Ask him. We just went to a
Do you
Brazilian
not know
grill.
about this?
No.
If there is meat that we eat, he does not serve it to me uncut. He actually cuts it up for me.
Brett is baffled.
Please don't tell me
Are
that's
you
stupid.
kidding me?
No, it's
How
fine.
it's a fork and a knife. How can you not cut it yourself?
I can. He's nice and he does it for me.
What makes a good cut steak versus a bad cut steak?
Right.
It still ends up shit in your stomach.
Are you bothered?
And
I'm waiting for Brett to
better
be done.
question: why do you need it cut up in multiple pieces? You cut a bite, you eat it. You cut a bite, and you eat it. Why do you need 16 pieces on your plate?
He asks me that all the time. He's like, "Why do you keep cutting and taking things apart?" That's just the way I eat.
You should see Alex eat McDonald's. It
I
will
don't
throw you
Understand
up.
a damn thing that's going on right
The
now.
messiest eater I ever
I'm
knew
a really
is Alex.
messy eater. Like, so
She-
Josh is sitting here at the Brazilian grill, by the way, which is, it's not fancy, but it's expensive. So we're eating it. Josh is using a knife and fork, does not touch it at once. At that one time with his
This is
fingers.
Alex.
This is me. Oh, look at this piece of meat. Look at this piece of meat. And I'm just like,
What
I
are you, a
don't,
barbarian?
I'm serious. Like,
And she thinks that traditional wings are messy.
I can eat a messy wing with 2 fingers and not
Yes.
get a drop on me.
that's saucy, not meaty.
No, we're still talking about the same thing.
I'm sitting here in like,
How does a non-sauced entree get messy?
She makes
I
it
can
messy.
make it messy. but I'm in a dress and I have a cloth over my lap like a lady.
But
I'm a
okay,
messy eater.
so now Alex not cutting her meat is weird. I know this, and
Is
that's
it
why I was
weird?
looking at her. Well, let me discuss the one thing.
I just won't have you
I
cut
mean,
my
I
meat
guess
anymore.
at least you know
Well,
how.
I'm
The
not
fact that
upset
you
about
need
this.
him to upsets me.
I didn't say I need him to.
Well, you ask him
I
to.
appreciate that he does it for me.
Okay, Brett,
If he gives me chicken or steak and it's not cut, I'm not gonna look at him and go, "Why didn't you cut my meat?"
can I talk about this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the reason why I pre-cut these is sometimes I'll do it for myself before I even sit down. I will pre-cut everything so we don't bring a knife to. We eat at the couch. We don't eat at a table. We eat
Yeah.
at the couch.
Right,
That's where we
right.
eat. We're a couple. We don't have kids. We don't have a reason to be.
Well, and your table is covered.
Well,
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
No.
It doesn't have to be, but we don't
But it
use our
can be
table.
because you eat at the couch.
Yes.
So, don't want to bring a knife to the couch. Whatever. So we both eat. Sometimes I will pre-cut Alex's and cut mine as I go. So we
Yeah.
only dirty one knife.
Yeah.
Less dishes. We think about this.
Well, he thinks
Okay.
about it.
Alex and I are weird.
We're weird.
Oh my god.
You know, we've been married 11 and a half years. We're allowed to do this stuff.
Well, I haven't had
Right.
pre-cut portions to where there's several pieces of an entree on my
Okay.
plate
If we go
in
to a
30
restaurant,
years.
if we go to a restaurant, I do not pre-cut my meat.
There is one restaurant where it's already pretty much pre-cut that I will accept, and that is Takioka.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get
they
all
cut
of your
the-
stuff
yeah, they
pre-cut.
cut their meat
Because
for
Well,
you.
they
do it,
fry
yeah.
it in
They
front of
fillet
you.
it and stuff all in
Sure,
front of you.
So that's one restaurant where I can see you, Brett, being okay with. I got diced chicken or steak or something in front of me. Great place to eat too, if you like Asian.
Well, so is on this topic, is there anything as an adult that you haven't done that may be considered standard?
Oh my gosh.
Because I have one. It's
Um,
kind of a boring one, but
That's okay.
I have never
I thought I had this
I've never
a while back.
I've never drove. I've never drove a motorcycle.
Ridden? Driven?
No, I've ridden a motorcycle.
I've never.
Not drove
yeah, I
a
have.
motorcycle. And we were just talking about this the other day because it's perfect motorcycle weather. And I have not. I had another thing. I haven't parallel parked since my driving test.
Yeah.
And I know
I-
some people are like, they live in the big cities and they're like,
I-
dude, I do that every day.
I can't say for sure that I have even, but
Huh.
I'm gonna look
my,
this up.
mine is I haven't been
things
to a doctor's office.
To do.
Like
Well,
an actual appointment?
Like gone
Or-
to the doctor because something was wrong.
Go find it. Wait, you've never. Wait. Okay, so you haven't had an ailment. You've never
Or-
had a prescription then, basically?
Well, when I was 17. But
Okay.
as an adult, I have not gone because something was wrong with me. I needed a prescription, needed
Ah.
a physical, check up something.
You should probably find a family doctor.
Yeah, I've got that in the works.
Yeah.
I actually have one, but I've got to fill out the new patient paperwork and actually get a new patient
Ah,
screening or whatever.
there is a list.
I don't know if there's nothing I haven't done.
Well, it's not so much what you haven't done; it's stuff that most adults probably have done because you're an adult.
Hmm.
So, like, I know one of them from the radio was never pumped gas or never put air in a tire.
Wow. I've done those basic things.
I have not changed my own oil.
Well, I haven't either.
Not as an adult. I did it when I took auto in high school. I changed the oil. In my
We
own
don't.
car.
None of us are homeowners
I've never
now.
fixed a lot of auto stuff. I've never done, but I like doing it and like learning how to do it now.
You put a new headlight on.
I
your
did,
car?
and I was
Yeah,
fucking
should be
proud
doing
of it
headlight-
too. And I put a new freaking mirror on him, and
Yeah,
I had to
but
take the whole door apart.
I'm still dealing with the door.
I didn't put it back together properly.
No, she didn't.
But I put a new electrical mirror on the Buick.
Not.
I did it.
Not all adults do that though.
No, but you should learn how to take your car apart
Well,
to some extent. That's easy stuff.
It is.
It really is.
But what year is the Buick?
2003.
What year is the Cobalt?
2006.
Six.
As cars get newer, they are more complex,
Well,
and
I'm
not
sure.
just any mechanic or
That's true.
body shop guy.
Yeah.
I have
Can do
never
it.
fixed a flat tire.
Well,
Oh, I fixed a flat
you never
tire.
changed the tire?
Nope.
Or fixed one? 'Cause
Either one.
I don't.
I've
I've
changed
never
a tire.
fixed a
I've
flat.
never patched a tire, but I know how to change a tire.
I don't know where to put the thingy, the lift thingy.
That okay? When
That's
you talk about
difficult,
changing
yeah.
a tire, the placement of the jack
Yep.
is very
It's
Important.
crucial.
important.
It is
Yes.
crucial.
So you don't want it to go right through the floorboard.
Nope.
That'd be bad.
Yeah, where do you put it?
The axle.
Well, if you look in the manual, there's usually as far as changing a
Most
tire.
cars don't come
and-
with a manual anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there's something you can usually find it, but
Yeah.
are you sure? Because
Yeah. Our
We've done-
Cobalt came with one, but it's not for our year.
it doesn't matter if they don't
Either way.
skip a year.
There's that. I don't think
They
the
don't
Buick
leave
has
it out.
one.
If it's relevant, they'll leave it in there. But my point is, under the section of changing a tire, they'll tell you where on the car to put the jack.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I've changed a tire and oh gosh, I've done it many times actually, a couple times.
I've changed at least one on the Fusion, and I was nervous as hell putting a jack under there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because you're only when you're using just a jack, you're only lifting up part of the car,
Mm-hmm.
so it would creaked and kind of shifted, and I was like, "Eeh."
Yeah.
I've got another because I'm reading through a list. I've got another. I have never attended a professional sports event.
If you have,
What?
we went and saw the Kansas City Royals
Okay,
against the Minnesota Twins.
I have never gone to a professional football game, which I think a lot of Americans have.
I have
I
not.
don't think I have either.
We should
You
do
said
that.
that you have.
Let's go to one.
Well,
I went to a
they're so
preseason.
expensive.
They're actually probably not as much as you think. Let's just
No,
go to a
they
game.
are.
Let's go to a game.
You gotta sit up high if you want to get.
Let's
cheap
look at
seats.
some tickets. I think we should go to a game this.
Plus, it's the Colts.
So we don't have.
We
We can go
don't
to
have to see the
Chicago.
Colts or the
Oh.
Colts.
Man, I don't want to go to Chicago.
You don't want to go to
Well, I don't
Detroit.
want to drive. To
You don't want to go
Chicago.
to Detroit either.
If-
Let's go to Cleveland.
I guess around here, I mean, Cleveland might not be a bad idea.
it's
because
really
they're
cool.
pretty good.
Cincinnati.
Let's do it. Let's go to. We'll see if there's a Cleveland Vikings game.
There's not.
This year
I don't know.
they
I just made that up.
have faced off. Before.
Oh, they have. Yeah, they
Yeah.
they played the year Brett Favre was there.
Yeah.
That was their first game, I believe.
So I found a list of bucket list things to do before you're 30. And I think some of these you guys have not done.
We need to save that because we're close on time. And I know you
Yes.
want to talk about the Switch.
Yes.
Do we
Yes.
have
I
to
want to
talk
talk about the Switch.
Do we have to
Yes.
talk about this?
Yes. We can save this for another
Although
time.
I'm gonna, whatever you say, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna poo-poo.
Really?
Well, I think so, but I don't know for sure what you're gonna say.
Well, I'm just gonna talk about the specs first.
Well,
So- Well, not really the specs. I'm
well,
gonna talk about
say
the-
what they're doing because I
I'm
don't know.
Okay, so Nintendo is releasing the Nintendo Switch Lite coming out on September 20th. Now this is something.
It's the same day.
What?
Hey, September 20th, we get
It's the
the
same- the Area
Nintendo
51
Switch and
day.
Area 51 Day.
Holy crap! Yeah, it is. So
The lines will be short for that one. Better change
Probably.
the date.
Probably.
So Nintendo Switch Lite is coming out on September 20th. Now I don't know why Nintendo didn't give this announcement at E3. This could have given people a little bit more oomph at E3 because E3 needed a little bit more of a push. I will say that E3 was a little bit of a snooze fest for some things. So the Nintendo Switch Lite is going to be $200, and it is going to be a 5.5-inch screen as opposed to a 6.2. So smaller screen.
Yep.
You're getting about an inch less.
Is
an
it
inch
a
and a half.
portable system?
It is okay. It is not dockable. Has no video out.
Joy-Cons don't remove, right?
Non-detachable Joy-Cons. 20 to 30% better battery life because it is meant specifically for travel. So that means that they have more room for the battery,
Well,
less,
An inch less of screen to light up.
and there's no rumble.
Yeah.
So that's the battery life being
that's
expanded.
battery life.
Yep. It is not Labo compatible,
Okay.
which is their save
So
system.
I didn't think Labo was that
Labo
big.
is still relevant.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh wait,
so
no,
relevant though.
no, I'm not talking about Labo. It's not Labo compatible. That's
Is
their
it
VR. I was
the
thinking of
online-
their
the online thing.
what?
The online
No.
thing they're doing.
No, that's still
They're
yeah.
so Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yes. It has a D-pad though, which is a big deal
It
because because the second player has like if you're
4
playing
buttons.
it's 4 buttons as opposed to a
Oh.
D-pad.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much the basics.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting because
It's like the new 3DS, pretty much.
It's
it's-
exactly what I was
now
thinking.
Nintendo says it is not a DS killer. I think they're full of
I think so.
It
Crap.
is.
I
It is a
think so,
DS
too.
killer.
home consoles are better than portable systems, hand down.
Well,
Hands
I
down.
mean the
Hand
Switch
down.
now is portable.
It
This is also, I think, affordable. I don't want to say it's like that affordable, but my nephew wants nothing for Christmas, but, and he keeps saying it, I want a Nintendo Switch and I want Mario Maker 2.
He doesn't have a Switch at all right now.
correct.
No, he comes over here and begs to play it.
Sure.
and he
we'll-
plays it in handheld mode.
And he likes it in handheld. He does not play it on the screen. So this popped up and I'm like, boom, found it. We can start saving money and put everything together and hopefully get him one. for
It's
Christmas.
cheaper.
That's a pretty easy gift, honestly.
Now, this is also in coinciding with the Pokemon game. So there is a
Oh, like it's
Pokemon-
coming out with Pokemon?
Well, Pokemon it's meant to be a Pokemon seller. Like
Oh, okay.
Pokemon is a
Mhm.
portable system
That's
seller.
true. Yeah.
And the Switch, this is the first home console Pokemon game that's getting a double it's a sword and shield
Yeah.
being added to a home console.
So, what do you think?
I think it's not for me. I for a second I thought, let's get this. Let's get another Switch. Then immediately I thought, I don't play on the go.
Yeah. Because you even tried to play on the way to Cedar Point and you couldn't.
Yeah, because of the glare. I don't know if this has a combatant to the. I don't know if this has a different screen
Yeah.
type.
You played though.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
play it on the go.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't prefer, like, I get bored very easily of Nintendo games when we're playing like on the couch, but I don't know, I can play for hours when I'm like in a bed or if I'm in the car. Like
Oh,
that's I don't know, I prefer portable.
well then the Switch is for you.
I know, that's why I said the light one or whatever. I'm like, oh cool, you just stick it in my purse and
The colors too.
yeah, the colors are pretty cute.
They got a turquoise, yellow,
I saw
gray,
the turquoise
Yeah,
one.
it's very
and then they have
attractive.
the Pokemon one is going to be blue and pink.
I was
Aw.
not really impressed with how it looks. It looks kind of boring.
It's real standard.
I think the
I don't like anything. Wow, just
the current Switch, I think, cosmetically looks the best.
It does. Yes.
Whatever.
This is just going to be a portable system seller. It's going to kill the DS. The DS is done. I mean, have you seen a DS announcement that's actually?
Well, are games still coming out for the DS?
Yeah.
Because they just don't talk about them. They don't
But-
make the news.
No, it's
Unless
because
it's a Mario
it's
game.
because it's the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
Switch is killing the DS
We
by,
gotta-
by its.
We got to go.
We do. It is time to get out of here, guys. Do you have anything else you wanna lead into? Say any big things before we do the plugs?
No.
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 No. We had some other stuff that we're gonna save for the future podcasts, so we'll make sure that we keep those on the board. Alex, you want to talk about your Twitch?
Yes. I do play video games, and I do broadcast. I do broadcast playing video games. On Twitch, which is twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTEKITTI. My schedule is on my profile, but I do stream on Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturdays. Brett, I am now 51% through
Have you been watching?
Tomb Raider.
No.
She's playing it, so
But,
you can watch her
Yes,
Well,
I'm playing it.
every
I
Sunday.
think I've been playing on PS4 because I've got former co-hosts Dalen and Dylan.
Mhm.
I've been playing a lot with Dylan. We played Wildlands and played the Division 2.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, but
Um,
I did watch the first time when you had the really hard puzzle.
Yeah, the stupid one when I first started playing, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. 11 month or November something me decided to go. Oh, I'll come back to this
9
next week.
months.
9
9
months later, I start up the game, and I'm like, I don't even know my controls. And all I had to do was grapple down from a freaking thing. I kept dying. I was like, I can't jump here. I can't jump here. It obviously wants me to go here, but what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I even Googled it and it said, use your grapple. I'm like, what's a grapple? Oh, a grapple.
I listened to last week's show on the way over here tonight, and you said that same exact
That's because
thing.
that's exactly what I said in my head. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I am liking it though, because I'm paying more attention now that I'm in the hidden city.
Mhm.
So I'm at that part where they took a kid,
Mhm.
and I have to go get him back.
So Alex was like, I'm gonna make it to 50%.
And I was like,
during a stream, she started at 30.
30. It was like 34%.
Wow, in one stream you went from 30 to 50.
51%.
Wow,
And
that's-
I'm trying to 100% it too, so I'm going to like.
I'm sure.
She's doing every
Doing all the
single step
side
as
stuff.
she goes.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's had a lot of people pop in and just chat about how beautiful the game looks.
It's a
and-
very pretty game.
Yeah. I will also be streaming here soon on Twitch. So if you just want to search Mr. L, Misterl on
What are you
Twitch.
playing?
I think I've got a list of things.
Don't
so
say Rocket League.
well, that is on the list. And that's not gonna be my first thing. I've also got Super Paper Mario I want to do. It's one of my favorite games ever, so I want to stream that. Got some retro games in the mix of Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 from the Super Nintendo, the SNES. I've got that on the Wii, so I will be streaming that as well. Undertale is probably what I might start with because that is a game that is on the Game Pass Ultimate, and it is a game I've always wanted to play. It is a PC RPG type. Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't recall that one.
It came out in
You
2015,
said
I
it's on.
believe.
Oh wait, it's on Game Pass for PC.
It's gonna be it's only playable on PC.
Oh.
So that's why I'm like I'm gonna get into PC gaming and try this out, and I've always wanted to try it. So I think I might start with Undertale. But yeah, Mr. L, I don't know. I might start this coming weekend. I will be streaming Wednesday night and Saturday and Sunday morning. So.
You want to know what part I'm at?
Sure.
Because I got scared, I think twice on my last
Yeah, you
stream where
did.
I jumped and screamed. I'm at this like place in the hidden city where I'm at a challenge tomb it's the place where you have to go and it's full of dead people and you
Mhm.
crawl over their bodies and stuff and the kid's like no one's ever come back or
Mhm,
whatever.
mhm.
And then you have to do this water challenge where you have to make the water go to the wheel.
Okay.
And
Yes, I remember that
these
one.
baboon looking people
Yes, I remember
that
that I jumped to. And
yeah, well
they
I'm like
come out
on
the-
stream and I'm like
They
you
come
see-
out of the wall.
I know,
and-
but you see them like running, but you don't. I'm like, oh, they're eventually gonna come and get me. And then you're like, I go and I walk a little further because you see like there's a little shadow right in front of you. Like it's gonna move, and then it fucking comes from not the right where the shadow is, but the left, and comes at you. I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Shotgun is your
And like I
friend.
get my
Yeah.
shotgun, I got my shotgun, and I got my climbing boots now. But yeah, there's a couple parts where I like jumped and screamed.
All right, guys, we're going to plug it in here. If you are watching us on YouTube, we thank you guys very much for joining us. If you are listening to us, you can check out our back catalog on all of our audio apps. I think iTunes has a limited list, but you can check us out on SoundCloud and Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, of course. So, yeah, make sure you check out our back catalog if you haven't already. If you are a current follower, listener, viewer, we thank you guys very much for sticking with us. If you want to catch us live on our social media apps, we are live there every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do our pre-podcast meeting, which is called the Precast. So you can get on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Man, my mind. Just a little blank there. So make sure you check us out on this most recent Precast meeting. We tried out some chili wrapped suckers, chili powder dipped mango and watermelon suckers.
Which, by the way,
Interesting.
Patrick says I was eating them since I was a kid, so I'm used to them. I don't see how a
I
kid.
don't know
How
how
can you
you-
acquire
as a
that
kid,
taste
what you were doing.
immediately?
By the way, I didn't taste any mango or watermelon. To me,
No.
it was
No,
just
it
a
was-
chili powder
It was
sucker.
all chili.
With something else that I can't
I can't
describe.
stomach it.
Nope, not for me. Not for me. Make sure you check out our social media. Our social media channels are Facebook, facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast, and Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. You want to catch us live on YouTube? We are there at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is what we're doing right now. And make sure you check us out. You can chime in as we're going along and see what we also have going on during the show. So full live episode on YouTube. Make sure you check us out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
On a final note, it says at work today, and I saw in real life a nun.
I've seen nuns before.
I've never seen a nun
Have you
And-
never been to a Catholic church?
No.
I'm an adult and I have never seen a nun.
Well, I have now.
Oh wow.
She was shopping today.
Well,
I don't think I've ever seen
Although
a nun.
she
no,
was-
no, I've seen a nun.
She was not wearing the traditional black. It was light blue. At
interesting.
least I assume she was a nun because she had the I don't know what to call it, but
The little chain that goes
Yeah,
around
yeah.
her waist.
and it
Yeah.
hangs by her side,
Mhm.
Interesting.
and she had a thing on her head. So
Well, Brett, I'm really surprised that your final note is not that it's your birthday on Wednesday.
nobody cares about that. I don't even care.
You don't even care.
Brett doesn't want to
Oh,
care.
You
no.
don't even care.
The nice thing about it is that I'm gonna get to. It stands right now. I'm gonna see Leela. We're gonna go to the zoo. So
No
Aw,
shit. That's
sweet.
awesome.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
When was the last time? It's been a while.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
Holy
while.
cow.
She's
Wow.
gonna look so much
Well,
bigger.
I hope she recognizes me because I'm about 20 pounds lighter and no beard.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm sure she'll recognize you.
All right, guys.
I wanted to
what do
say
you
real
wanna say?
quick. Last night or yesterday, we finished Stranger Things, season 3.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about that real
no,
quick.
no. We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to say, hey, it was really good.
Yep.
Right? It was really good.
Good. I'd say it's better than 2.
Better than 2?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Which, by the way, if anybody wants to chime in and talk about it with us, you could private message us on any of our social media, like the Twitter handles that we just said. We'd be more than happy to do spoiler talk with you because we're obviously not going to do it on the podcast because Brett is not caught up.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go. We watched it, and I am caught up on the Handmaid's Tale as of like an hour and a half ago. My heart was pumping right before the precast. You could probably tell because I was a little fidgety because it was like a really big thing that happened. So
Yep.
those are my 2 things.
We gotta go.
Time to go.
And,
Yep.
and multiplicity.
Yes, and
Yes,
Multiplicity. We will be checking
Multiplicity.
out that movie. That's on the movie club. So if you guys haven't watched that, you can watch it as well with us. We will be talking about it next Monday in spoiler. So,
For
Yes.
sure.
bye guys. We'll check you out next week. Episode 170. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.